Hey guys, I hope y'all have had an awesome Thanksgiving break. I hope it was super relaxing and that you ate tons of really delicious food and you had some good times with your family. But we're ready to gear up for vocab list number 9. I know we haven't had vocab in a while, so let's bust it out and do it well, okay? Our first vocab word is irascible. So that means easily angered, testy, choleric, or touchy, meaning like on edge. So this example, after a bath at the vet, our cat Meatloaf snarled at me and then hid under the sofa. So obviously Meatloaf was pretty touchy or on edge after going to the vet. So that's what irascible means. Easily angered, testy, touchy, choleric. Our second word is writhe. So that is a verb. It means to twist sideways in pain or suffering. If you all ate way too much food for Thanksgiving and your stomach really hurt, you could be writhing in pain, moving from side to side. This example talks about the movement of snakes, like the southwestern sidewinder. So picture that in your heads when you're thinking of what it means to writhe, to twist sideways. Next we have taciturn. Might want to say that one with me. Taciturn. It looks like taciturn, but it's not. It's taciturn. And this is an adjective used to describe people that are not very talkative, naturally silent, or laconic. So this quote here says, "Blessed be the person who has nothing to say, who refrains from giving wordy evidence to that fact." And another way I've heard this put is, it's better to keep your mouth shut and let people think that you're stupid than open your mouth and prove it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that quote before, but that's talking about taciturn people, people that choose not to say very much. Our next adjective is tawdry. Some of y'all have heard this interchange with the word gaudy, or like cheap looking or showy. I don't know if some of y'all remember, ladies, I'm talking to you here, like really big flashy jewelry from, like, that's cheap, maybe from Claire's back in the day, but like really cheap flashy jewelry, or sometimes like grandmas can wear really cheap flashy jewelry. So that would be considered tawdry, okay? Or that could also be taken as a noun form of finery that looks cheap or showy. Our next adjective is servile. So subservient, abject, annoyingly submissive. So this is an easy one to remember because of the word serve, like a servant, but it's like an annoying way. That's somebody who acts like a servant in like a whining, annoyingly submissive way. So this example says, Amy's latest role cast her as a servile maid who is always whining. I dislike that servile, cringing attitude because it seems hypocritical. So this is like a servant, but in an annoying way. Too much so. Next we have surreptitious. This is a big word for secretive, or having secrets. Deceptive or clandestine. Clandestine means like secret as well. So this example talks about surreptitious little bites of cookie dough, or surreptitious peeks at letters that are not addressed to them. We all know that like that should be a secret. Modern day form of that, I guess, looking at screenshots. But anyways, surreptitious means secretive. Next we have rancor. And so this is a deep-seated bitterness, like an old hatred. Like if we're thinking of family feuds, of families that have hated each other for a really long time, and there's like years and years of anger built up, that is rancor. Okay, I've seen this cliche several times. He viewed his old foe with rancor, and I know from experience that rancor is a bitter feeling. Our next adjective is sullen. So that means to be quietly resentful, lowering, gloomy, dismal. Another word for this could be like broody, like if some of you are not happy about grades on a vocab quiz and you just sit brooding in the back of the classroom. That would be a time when you may have been feeling sullen, okay? Yeah. Next we have remorse, which is like self-reproach, regret, or a guilty uneasiness that you feel. We've talked about that with Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, and who actually felt remorse or regret or a guilty conscience. So that is what remorse is. So you all should be able to remember that one. I feel some remorse if I squash a ladybug because they're harmless, but I never regret flattening a wasp or a bumblebee. I doubt a wasp feels remorse after stinging me. Next we have rue. So this is a verb. So if you feel remorse, that's something you feel, but a verb is something that you do. So to regret exceedingly, to feel remorse or sorrow. So grandma is always saying, I'll rue the day when I become a car owner. Or poet A.E. Housman warned that giving your heart to a girl is an endless rue. Okay, so that is this feel of remorse or sorrow or regret. Next we have malice. You may have heard this described as malicious, but the noun form of it is malice, and that's the desire to see another person suffer. So it's really evil, like you want someone else to be in pain if you are having malicious thoughts. So extreme ill will or spite. Malign. To malign means to slander, defame, or speak of in an ill-willed manner. So slander is probably the easiest synonym to remember with that. Although we've published critical profiles in the school paper, we've never actually maligned anyone's character. Tabloids thrive on maligning famous people, but our staff regards that as profanities. Finally, getting to our stems, we've got two. Our first stem is mon or monet, and so that means to warn, advise, or remind. Make sure you're writing down your examples here too, because you could probably use those later. So admonish, we see that warn or warning come in when it means to warn strongly or reprove. She admonished the kittens not to lose their mittens. And then premonition is a forewarning or foreboding. Okay, so we also have admonition, monitor, remonstrate, and monument. So that's mon or monet. And then next we have medi, which is really easy because it means middle. So to mediate, that's to reconcile by acting as someone who comes in the middle or comes in as a go-between. And mediocre means of ordinary quality or of low quality. Like it's kind of in the middle, it's not the best quality. So we also have mediator, intermediate, medium, or medieval. Okay, or the Middle Ages. So those are easy ones to remember. Make sure you took good notes and wrote down examples to help you out. And that's all I have for you.